So I live in the Pacific Northwest. I think I've given that information several times in some of my videos, the fact that I root for the Seahawks, things like that. Sometimes I forget just how beautiful it is around here. And this is not my home, this is not my property, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of this. Not sure how well the camera will actually pick this up, but I am out near Chuckanut Drive. Is a highway that goes along the shoreline in northwestern Washington, and this is close to where I live. You can just see out here, this is typical of the shoreline in this area. Pretty rocky, lots of trees, lots of vegetation, sandstone bluffs in many of the areas. And you can see those reddish trees in the middle. Those are madrona trees. Very, very typical for this area and very pretty. But I'm probably going to shut up a little bit and just walk through this area. This person's property is ridiculous. This is a private person owns this area here. This little finger of land that goes out into Bellingham Bay. Typically cloudy and kind of misty day. Pretty cool. They have a stairway that goes down to a little spit of sandy beach. You can't see here, but when we circle around, you'll be able to check it out. Just see some of the rocks around here, the outcroppings, what the wind and the tide have done to them. It's just this sandstone that wears away into some pretty amazing patterns. I don't know if you can really see from that, but we're walking out on this little spit of land. This little dot island there. That's back to the mainland. I guess we're still technically on the mainland at the moment. But we're going to come to a bridge. And yes, it is always this green here. 12 months of the year. That's the Pacific Northwest. It is green. It is always green. And I absolutely love that. When I lived in LA, it was so depressing. Almost all year round, but especially in the summer when everything is just brown and dead and lifeless. It's horrible. Combined with the heat and the smell and the smog. Just an awful place. I grew up in this area, so living in Southern California, I considered Southern California pretty much the depths of hell when I lived there. I absolutely hated it. Hated the weather, hated how hot it was, even though it's not even really that hot there. Hated everything about it. This is where I belong in terms of climate and just kind of the lifestyle too. Look at this. You can see those bluffs in the middle of the frame there, sandstone. It's green trees and sandstone cliffs down to the water. The trees are just, you'll have crazy forest, and then in the next foot, water. There's not really a beach most places here. And if you get out into the San Juan Islands, you can get a ferry near here. There's just tons of these islands, and they just look like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're just these fuzzy mounds of trees rising out of the bay, or out of Puget Sound. This little rustic bridge. Gotta be careful, this is slippery here. Hear the train in the distance. this. I don't know if you can see that, but all the striation you see down there, that's not wood. That is sandstone. It's really cool. Here we are out furthest reaches. This is a nice slanted tree. It's just gorgeous here. And this is, you know, not a cold day. It's actually been very unseasonably warm this winter here, but a kind of windy, misty, slightly rainy day, but it's still beautiful. And just one more look at this little wonderland this person owns. Pretty amazing. Reminds me kind of Moonrise Kingdom. It's a fairy tale world. Anyway, I was out here and I just thought this landscape was pretty impressive. And I figured I'd show you all a little slice of where I live. Thanks for watching. Good day.